जय काली जय जय गोरख हाम्रा रगतले कोरिएका सीमारेखा मेटेर मेटिन्न हाम्रा किल्लामा गाडिएका धामाहरू बाँचेर बाँचिन्न हामी नेपाली जन्मैदेखि स्वतन्त्र छौँ हामीलाई कसैको परतन्त्र स्वीकार छैन हामीलाई कसैको शासकको स्वीकार छैन हामी नेपाली जन्मैदेखि स्वतन्त्र छौँ जय जय काली जय जय गोरख
Hello, Namaste, good afternoon. Welcome to Distant Learning Program, and I'm going to teach you English for class 10. So dear students, you did see in the previous class that we did discuss one poem. Did I miss anything? And we could not complete comprehension. Answer the following questions. So today we are going to see answer the following questions related to the poem. So I hope you know, you remember the poem. So let's begin from the following questions. The first question is, who composed this poem? And you know very well who composed this poem. So the answer is Tom Wayman composed this poem. Tom Wayman composed this poem. He is a speaker as well. Okay, let's see the second question. What did the students do in the absence of their teachers? If you see the first stanza of the poem, you'll come across this question or answer related to this question. What did the students do in the absence of their teacher? They folded their hands and sat in silence for 2 hours. So let's see third question. What did the angel reveal to the students? If you see the poem, there is angel. Angel is referred here as one being or one super soul. So this super soul does not mean that come from anywhere. That super soul refers to your own intuition within you. When you are completely present in the classroom or when there is a powerful presence of your mind, when there is a powerful presence of your mind, your intuition starts working. And when your intuition works, it really clicks. So many things that you do not know, sometimes it surfaces on the surface of your mind and you see things as it is. So in that context, this answer can be answered. So I have written here, what did the angel reveal to the students? The angel revealed what each woman or man must do to attain divine wisdom in this life and hereafter. In this life and hereafter. That is to say, we need divine wisdom not only in this life, but we do need it when we are no more here in this mortal form, in physical form. Even when there is a concept, dear students, that death happens to this body. With the death, we do not die. With the death, journey does not end. The journey of traveling, movement, continuously continue. So in that sense, in that reference, this has been explained. Now let's move to the D number. How does the speaker in the first stanza spend time for the full 2 hours? How does the speaker in the first stanza spend time for full 2 hours? The speaker in the first stanza spends time with folded hands. So they sit in the class quietly. Instead of utilizing that time for their betterment, they simply keep quiet, and the speaker, of course, disagrees with this kind of attitude. Being a student in the class should involve themselves in the learning activities at any cost. If we do so, we gain something and we benefit ourselves from such activities. Now let's move to E number. The question is, why does the speaker in the second stanza think being in the class is important? Why being in the class is important? That you had seen in the poem that some students think that being absent make no difference to them. Some teachers think that, teachers' perspective is that being in the classroom and gaining knowledge from the teacher is paramount, very, very important, because it can give you something and it can just develop something in you. What is hidden in you can sometimes explode and you can see yourself grow. And when you are absent, it is always going to be tougher. So why does the speaker in the second stanza think being in the class is important? The speaker in the second stanza thinks being in the class is important to take the exam. To take the exam, study and participate in the activities that follow in the classroom. So in that perspective, being in the classroom is very important. Now let's move to the next question. What does the speaker say in the third stanza regarding the value of education? If you did see the line, you will find that it is being very satirically, it is being said satirically that it is not important at all. But is this the fact that being absent in the classroom is going to benefit? It's not at all. So the answer is, he satirically says that it has no value. But in fact, it is being said satirically only, it is being said. Students are being ridiculed here. Okay, let's go to the G number. Education enlightens people with wisdom. Does the speaker in the fourth stanza agree with this statement? How? Now look at here. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. The speaker in the fourth stanza agree with this. He says divine wisdom is not important only in this life but hereafter as well. And in the very beginning of the class itself, I gave you the very reference to this answer. Let's see the next question. What does the last stanza suggest? The last stanza suggests the classroom is also one place where we can learn many things. Means we can learn in the classroom, we can learn outside the classroom, but it doesn't mean learning outside the classroom is enough. We can learn something in the classroom, and it is of great importance. Learning in the classroom is a great importance because you are taught by very experienced, very veteran teacher who has lots of experience of life, who has explored lots and lots. So he is enriched with knowledge, and there you can share, there you can discuss, and that is of paramount. So dear students, now let's see, related to the question, it's the summary. Read the poem and fill in the blanks with appropriate words to complete following summary. A student's point of view: missing, silence, shine, blames, meaningless, enlighten, accomplice, significance, and macrocosm. The poet Did I Miss Anything is written from two distinct points of view. They are the student's point of view and the teacher's point of view. The words nothing and everything represents a student's point of view and teacher's point of view. Respectively, teacher's point of view respectively. Stanza 1 is written from the student's point of view. It reveals the fact that teacher is missing in the classroom. In the teacher's absence, the student simply sit in, there is a space, simply sit in, and we can write there, simply sit in silence with their hands folded on desks. Stanza 2 is written from the teacher's point of view. It tells how he has given heavily weighted exam. Now there is a space, so you can fill up this word, assigned reading and prepared a quiz. Stanza 3 represents a student's perspective. Here a typical student blames that typical student, not all the students, we can say typical students, few students blames that the classroom education is valueless, meaningless, and waste of time. It will have no effect or purpose later in life. However, in stanza 4, the poet explains why education is important. It claims that though education, through education, a person is enlightened. Here there is a space. Enlightened. The fifth stanza questions how anything could possibly be dash. So we can say possibly be accomplished. The meaning of accomplished is to achieve or gain without a teacher. The sixth stanza explains the significance. Significance should be there. The blanks should be filled up with significance, and significance mean importance. The sixth stanza explains the significance of the classroom. The last two one-line stanza of the poem serves as a message to all thoughtful students. They should always be present in the classroom so as to take in all they are able to learn in the microcosm of human experience. So here the poet compares every individual with universe. Universe is of course a big one, but everyone, every individual in themselves is a microcosm, means mini universe, and each one is programmed with a lot of inherent things. So all those inherent things are to come out of it, and teacher walks there as a tickler. Simply he tickles you, and so many things well up within you, well up from within you. So in that context, it has been said that they are able to learn in the microcosm of human experience. So when you are sitting in the classroom, you learn from the teachers, you learn from interacting with friends as well. Dear students, so we have completed this poem. Did I miss anything? Now, today I am going to teach you, I have chosen a new poem, and the title of the poem is The Road Not Taken. The Road Not Taken, and it is written by Robert Frost. This poem is written by Robert Frost. So, The Road Not Taken is written by Robert Frost. This is a beautiful poem. This poet happens to come from America. So he is an American poet, and this is most valuable, most memorable poem of Robert Frost, and it is quite interesting. As you can see, the title of the poem itself, if you see, it is Road Not Taken. It tells you a lot of things. Road Not Taken. Road Not Taken. Let me tell you a little bit of human psychology. What is that human psychology? What do you remember the most? Do you remember the things that is easily available to you? Or do you remember the things that you wanted to have and you don't have? If you put a signboard at the gate and write there, nobody is allowed to go inside, and any pedestrians, whoever passes by would like to twist their head, bend their head and see there and would like to wait and go inside. Why? Because negation is there, taboo is there, prohibition is there, and that prohibition is always very attractive. So here, The Road Not Taken. The title is written Road Not Taken. So he regrets why this road was not taken. Here, the road does not mean this literal road that we walk on. Of course, that is also one of the roads. But here the poet talks about the road of journey of our life. This is the journey of our life, the journey of individual's life. So let's see, dear students, the road not taken. Now I am going to read it line by line and explain to you. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler, long I stood to where it bent in the undergrowth. Two roads, there are two roads. This is the main road, and from this main road, another road branches off. There is a forks, yes, and the poet is standing here. Now look at here. Now he has to choose between these two roads. So this choosing is not only choosing on the road, this is a choice of the life. We have to have a choice. We have always a choice. You are never free from the choice. You have to go with one. You cannot just, choice itself means you have to be with one. You cannot have multiple choice. At one time you can have only one choice. So the poet is in a dilemma. He is in a great confusion. Which roads to be taken by him? Which roads he should go? This is, two roads diverge. This is a diverge. Branches off in a yellow wood, and wood refers to, dear students, wood means forest. So life has been compared with forest, and in the forest we travel, we move. So he happens to come here in the wood. Now he has to make a choice between two roads. Which road he should go? So what happens? Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. So he thinks, he's thinking, he's meditating which road he is to take. Now dear students, you can see, you can take this example. I can give you instance of this from your own life, and you can have your own real experience after you pass class 10, class 9, you go to class 10, and in the class 10 you have a choice whether to study account or whether to study optional math or whether to study economics. You have a choice, and sometimes when you have to choose, it is always difficult. It is never going to be easy. You are always going to be in a confusion. You are always going to be in a dilemma. And so it happens in the life. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood. Sorry I could not travel both, and it is not practical to travel both the ways. You cannot be choiceless. You have to choose one. And he says, and be one traveler. I am only one. One person cannot choose two roads. Therefore, be one traveler. Being a traveler, long I stood. He is standing here for a long time. He is thinking to where it bent in the undergrowth. And from here he looks down the road, where the road is going, and suddenly it bent. So you can sight the thing so long as it is straight. And once it bends, further you cannot see from the bend. Further you cannot see from the bend. So from your perspective, in your real life situation, everybody tries to do their best. Everyone tries to do their best. So long as any decision anyone takes, he thinks this is the best decision, because you cannot travel into the future. Going into the future is not easy. You cannot travel into the future. So being in the present available moment, you take a decision, and sometimes decision may go wrong, sometimes decision may go right. So here it is being said, he is in a confusion. Why he is in a confusion? Because he thinks if he happens to choose this road, he won't be able to return. If he happens to choose this road, he won't be able to travel that one. And simultaneously traveling is not simply possible. Be one traveler, single as I am. Long I stood means he stood for a long time. He is meditating which way to take, to where it bent in the undergrowth, and his confusion is intensified more when it happens to bend and further he cannot see, because everybody would like to choose the path that is easy, comfortable. Everybody would like to be in that comfortable zone. So he is thinking, let's Let's see the second stanza of the poem. Then took the other. Now he firmly decides, I am going to take the other road. Just as fair. Means he thinks this road is also going to be good for him. This is how you take a decision. And having perhaps the better claim. And of course the path that you choose, always you feel this is the good one. Nobody chooses a wrong path. Nobody chooses a wrong track. Everybody chooses the right. It is different thing that something else come out of it. Having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted the way, and so the path that he chose was grassy and wanted way means nobody had trampled over, nobody had walked over it. So for him it was a fresh and new. So he decided to go with that fresh and new one. Though as for that, the passing there had won them really about the same. My dear students, don't get confused. Though as for that, the passing there had won them really about the same. Means when he walks there, he happens to find that both ways are the same. This is what happens in your real life. When you choose optional maths, when you choose economics, when you are studying economics, you do not understand, then think perhaps optional maths is going to be good for you. And somebody who is studying optional maths, he is struggling there, then he thinks, no, perhaps I did a wrong, I committed a mistake, I should have shifted to another one. So this is what happens. But whichever decision you take, whichever you chooses, there's a struggle, there's a hard work, there is required your total attention. Without your perseverance, nothing is possible, nothing you can achieve. Accomplishment only comes out of your hard work and dedication and a strong commitment. So whichever way you choose in your life, it is not without commitment. Result can come only out of commitment, your hard work. You have to go totally into it. Unless and until you do this, you cannot justify with your action. So though as for that, the passing there had won them really about the same. One means both looked troubled. In the beginning, what he thought? He had chosen this one because it is less troubled he feels. But in reality, when he went further, he found no, both are the same. And we, of course, we want to choose easy one. Let's see in the next sentence. And both that morning equally lay. So he chose the path, and both the paths were equal there. Nobody had walked on in leaves, no step had trodden black. Means nobody had moved there. If somebody moves, of course, leaves are there, that is trampled, that is by walking, and walking it turns black as well. So he says that in leaves no step had trodden black. Means it was fresh. There was not footprints of any persons. I kept the first for another day. Then after he has taken a decision, long thinking is there. After long thinking, he takes a decision, and then he says that I kept the first for another day. Means he has made a choice, and now he says another I would like to, because it is equally tempting, because we are always in a confusion, we are always in a darkness, because we know things only by doing, by searching. And so when there are double choices, you can go with one remains a great curiosity for you. So he says that I kept the first for another day, at knowing how way leads to onto way. Again he says, who knows, one path leads to another, one decision leads to another, another leads to another. So there is a continuum of decision, one after another follows. And once you have taken a decision, you may not be able to return the same way. You may not look back. This is going to happen. So at knowing how way leads on to way, means one decision after another decision comes. Likewise, one path, when you are going in a journey, when you are traveling, one path follows another, another follows another. This continuously go on, and it may not be possible to return and again make the second choice. This is what being said here, my dear students. Now let's see the next stanza. I doubt it if I should ever come back. Now he has a confusion. He is traveling this way. Now look, I told you in the very beginning, the negation, the road not taken, what is being hunted? He is being hunted by his decision that he happened to choose one road, but another is still there. Who knows? The road I have taken, the decision I have taken, if happens to go wrong, then I shall return and take another. But when you follow one path, you have gone further, deep and distant in the journey, and it may be very late. So I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. If ever he happens to come back, then perhaps he will tell his experience of life to other people. But he is not sure whether he is going to come back or not to share this experience. Somewhere ages and ages hence, means after a long time, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. So which road did he travel? He traveled the road that was less traveled. The road nobody traveled, he believed. But in actuality, what was the thing? Both roads were traveled. And that has made all the difference. So, and the road that he took in his life made all the difference in his life. That is why he is here to tell this. And so everybody is not so lucky that he takes a decision and he always goes wrong, right. Sometimes a person may go wrong. So let's see. Now from another perspective. So this is literally, don't take it. It has its symbolism is there. Parallel meaning is there. Parallel meaning is what? In your personal, individual life, you have to take a decision. You cannot be choiceless. You have to go with one decision. And that decision, when you take, you have to stick to it. You have to go with it. And what happens when you are going with one decision? If you continuously follow, then perhaps it may result into better one. If it results wrong one, then you have to regret in your life. So this is the poem. This is written by Robert Frost. Road not taken. Now let's see another vocabulary in use. Following words describe either of the two roads the poet is talking about in the poem. Fill the table below choosing appropriate words given below. So some of the words are given that relate to the stanza, different stanza of the poem. The first road, the second road. Now the words in the red color you can see: bent in the undergrowth, fair, better, grassy, worn, trodden, black, less traveled. So the first road is described by the word worn and trodden. Now the second road is described by less traveled, grassy, fair, better, and bent in the undergrowth. Now let's see, match the following words with their meanings. Words are given here. Diverged. So diverged, wood, undergrowth, claim, side, trodden, bent, hence. So diverged. So you can find out here is given. Through number 3 you can see branched away. Wood, there is given 5 number, forest. Undergrowth, shrubs or mass of bushes. Claim, here there is given, claim 1 is here demand, and sigh is given there, a deep and long breath. Trodden, trodden is given there, walked on. Bent is given here, curved, and hence the last one is there from now on. So today, now see another reading comprehension. Fill in the blanks using suitable words from the box. You may need to use one word twice. Less traveled road, roads, decision, difference, a speaker, difficult, dilemma, and choices. Now see, the poem is about a dilemma that the speaker has faced. So dear students, time is already up. So today I am going to wind up my classes. Thank you for watching me. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Amrara gatte korieta simareka ne tera ne jinna amra